How do you stop a team of historically great outside shooters? With Anthony Davis, obviously. It sounds counterintuitive, but Los Angeles' superstar center has made life a little tricky for Golden State's offense in the first 3 games of this series. In Game 1, Marvin Ham had his guards play on top of the Warriors' movement shooters, funneling them down into the paint and away from the three-point line. This strategy is so effective because it takes away three-point shots while also leveraging Davis's incredible shot blocking skills at the basket. And he altered a number of key shots down the stretch in LA's Game 1 victory. On this trip, multiple Lakers were afraid to even shoot near him because he can just sag off a non-shooter and then act like a one-man force field protecting the basket area, so it's hard to find quality shots. In Game 2 of the series, the Warriors sent Kevon Looney to the bench and had Draymond Green run pick and roll with Curry, pulling AD out to the line so he couldn't protect the basket. With Davis involved in the pick and roll, other Lakers needed to rotate to the paint, which also led to wide open three-point shots. So in Game 3, they moved Davis over to JaMychal Green so he wouldn't be pulled out into the Steph-Draymond pick and roll. This might sound counterintuitive since JaMychal is in the game to space out to the three-point line and shoot, but he's not that good of a shooter above the break. And more importantly, he's not a role threat, whereas Draymond can play make in that situation, which puts the Lakers in rotation and cracks open their defense. That means Jared Vanderbilt guards Draymond, so if he screens for Curry, they just switch it. Draymond can't attack Reeves on the outside, and Vando can pressure Curry on the line because he has the wall of Davis behind him. This works for off-ball actions too, since Vando can just switch onto Steph, and even if he gets by him, the paint is still clogged up, and JaMychal doesn't even try Davis, and it's a turnover. Compare that to AD covering this same action in Game 2, sagged way off the screener, which leaves room for Klay to walk into a shot. Davis actually dropped way off like this to start Game 3 as well, which freed Thompson up for a few more threes. So they adjusted by bringing him up near the level of the screen, and he plays the pocket pass for an incredible steal, and that turns defense into offense on the other end. A minute later, he's up near the screen again, takes the roll away, then scares Klay into a pass only to turn and block Green in one swoop, and that level of rim protection is reserved for the basketball gods. As a reminder, here's what it looks like with the brow on the bench, with Wenyen Gabriel jumping to block Curry, and then it takes him a second to recover, like just about everyone on Earth. There are 3 efforts on this one. He swipes at the first pass, then spins to scare off Klay, and blocks the pass with his other hand, and then tracks down the ball to complete it. And that is a Bill Russell special, ladies and gentlemen, using one hand to contest a shot and the other to play the pass. And Davis does this constantly with that massive 7.5-foot wingspan. His active hands were a real difference maker in this game, deflecting 11 balls according to the tracking data, including, perhaps most critically, these pick and roll pocket passes that we saw earlier. I really love this one too, where he's chasing a loose ball, sticks out that goalie stick, and saves a wide open Curry 3. Of course, Davis's length has completely taken away the basket area for the Warriors. They're shooting just 39% against his contests within 6 feet of the hoop. That's an unbelievable 24% lower than what is expected according to Second Spectrum's tracking. And the shots that the Warriors don't take are just as important. Curry gets by his man but doesn't want to challenge AD, so he ends up with this tough little fade instead. Davis's timing on shots right now is incredible, staying down on a little up fake here to target the ball right out of the hand. And he's blocked 11 shots in the first 3 games of this series, And that's coming off a series where he terrorized the Memphis Grizzlies with 26 blocks in 6 games, showing off his range and defensive versatility by flying all over the court and out-defending the Defensive Player of the Year. Now, as much of a difference maker as Davis is on defense, his offense also makes this so effective. He had a huge night in Game 1, in part because he's too quick for Kevon Looney. Take this pet action LA runs for AD, where he starts in the corner and works off this screen, and that's really tricky for a big man like Looney to navigate, and there's no size left to help. The Warriors had trouble playing this straight up in the regular season because Davis can catch in a great position to attack. So Golden State's countering by taking away that curl option, and when Davis cuts backdoor, Curry slides over to help, but he leaves a small window for LeBron, and it's an easy layup. This play starts with Davis stealing an entry pass, and that creates a cross match in transition where Jordan Poole is on LeBron. James can use his massive size advantage to back him down, and when Looney goes to help, he just throws it up to Davis, and with Kevon out of the way, he's just too big. Curry is actually in great position, but he's like a 5th grader next to AD, and Wiggins even blocks it, but Davis is just too strong. The Warriors' big defensive adjustment in Game 2 was sliding Draymond onto Davis, and Green's quick enough to stay in front of him while not being overwhelmed physically on the block. Remember, it's easier to attack Davis's defense with a smaller lineup that can stretch him with more shooting. But if you go too small, he'll punish you on offense, pushing in transition here, which forces someone other than Draymond to guard him. No one comes down to switch or double, and that is a massive size advantage against Gary Payton II that LA will take every time. In these playoffs, the Lakers have a 117 offensive rating with Davis on the floor, 20 points better than when he goes to the bench. And that pattern has continued in this series, largely because teams sacrifice their own defense to improve their offensive hopes of scoring on AD. The Brow has historically been a mediocre mid-range shooter, but when that shot is going, there's not much you can do. Draymond is sagged off here to take away Davis as a roll threat, so that concedes the long jumper that the Warriors actually want. Because if he gets loose behind you, he might be the best lob threat in NBA history. And if Golden State brings a 3rd defender into the action to help, LeBron can just spit it out to a shooter, and it's still really good offense. Golden State is good enough and flexible enough that they'll continue to have counters in the back half of this series. But Davis is so good right now, especially on the defensive end, that he forces Golden State into compromises when they change up their strategies. And whatever happens in the rest of this tournament, he's probably been the most dominant defensive force in the playoffs, and he's given the Lakers a chance to knock off the defending champs. If you want to work in basketball, I have the place for you. It's Sports Business Classroom's immersive program inside Summer League in Las Vegas. Past instructors in this program have included Commissioner Adam Silver, Mike D'Antoni, and tons of other industry leaders in the NBA and in media. Sign up using the code GREATDAY for $300 off. There's more information in the description box below if you are interested. To support us directly, check out patreon.com/thinkingbasketball. Our playoff stat board is live for deluxe members. That updates daily with stats that we use to research all of our podcasts and these videos. Thanks as always for watching all the way through. Hope you enjoyed this one, and of course that you are having a great day.